with the Hawks acquiring the 4th overall selection from the Pelicans by way of the Lakers, does that mean that that's officially a third team in, and that is beneficial for the Lakers being able to push the trade into July? Does that trigger something positive for the Lakers?
So it's kind of like this. You have initial deal construction, and then when you modify that deal construction, everybody just has to be on board with it. Everybody just has to say, yeah, we're okay with that. But for New Orleans, it's not exactly that way because, yeah, they're getting the 4 pick, but it's sort of their asset to do what they want with, whereas like they're not necessarily adding players or anything to it. It's just it's their asset to do anything with it. So I guess theoretically the Lakers would have to agree to, let New Orleans trade the 4 pick, but I honestly don't know that very specific answer, but I think it doesn't trigger anything. I think that there is always an understanding New Orleans was likely to move that pick, which is why, that's the whole point of them doing the trade, right? They were adamant they had to get the number 4 pick, and I honestly don't think New Orleans is done dealing it. I think they're, Woj even talked about this last night on draft broadcast. Like they had a very specific set of things that they were looking for in return for Anthony Davis, and one of them was a veteran player to come to play with that team alongside with Drew Holiday and their kids. But so let's see who that veteran player is, whether that comes via salary cap space that they now have, or if they have another trade in the works.
So then when will we know if this trade's official? We get a press release from El Segundo? Is that the way? Or
July 6th. I really can't. We're in the moratorium now, so it's July 6th. That's when all of this stuff.
So then, how does this then hamper Pelinka's grocery shopping on July 1st?
Oh, it doesn't hamper it. I mean, because you can't close any of those technicalities. The moratorium applies to all the business in the league until July 6th. So everything is just a verbal agreement until July 6th. You can't sign anything or announce anything. That's why with free agent signings, like teams will never confirm them on the record. You sort of have to get the agents to confirm them. And most of the time they don't even want to go on the record because theoretically, according to league business, like you can't do anything until July 6th. And
right.
None of us really understood that rule and the implications of that rule until DeAndre Jordan a few years ago. Do you remember that?
Of course. I remember that.
So that's where everybody learned, like, oh, that's why the moratorium's important, okay? Because, like, DeAndre gave a verbal agreement and then went back on that verbal agreement and changed everything up. And so I don't see anything like that happening now, but there's all sorts of reasons why there's a moratorium, and a lot of it has to do with financial accounting, and the league needs time to reconcile its books, et cetera. But the reality is those dates matter for how much salary cap space the Lakers, the Pelicans, and any other team involved in this trade is going to have. And there may even be another team that gets added if the Lakers decide it's beneficial to create even more salary cap space through let's say a 4th team.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.